Why are they not engaging? So, and that's when Clefer, our app, steps in.
And I love, I love the integration that you're talking about between the teacher and the technology, because I think that, that's really what you guys have focused on is, really it's about building a relationship and using technology to, help facilitate that relationship between teacher and student. What have you noticed, Victoria, with your teacher? Like how has Clefer like really helped keep you motivated? What are maybe some of the not technical but the specific aspects of it that really help you?
From my teacher and from what I have experienced also using the app, being a tester myself, um, there's this gap of in between lessons. And what happens then? And I can speak freely with my teacher because we are also doing this together. She also knows that I also go there to practice and to learn and, drain as much as information as I can from her, absorb everything. So we can speak freely. And she tells me, she says, I know when a student comes here, they look into my eyes and they say, yes, I did practice. And then they start playing, and I just know that they didn't practice at all. Because
Right.
it's worse than how they walked in the last week. And she said, I don't get pissed or angry, but it's frustrating for them to see them like that. See that they get frustrated with themselves because yeah, it's a lie. It is a lie.
Well, and
And it also feels like, what am I doing wrong? Why don't they feel motivated? Why are they not engaging? So, and that's when Clefer, our app, steps in. It just keeps you going. You go home and you get a feedback. It's so lonely when you have your book and you sit down behind the piano and I'm playing. And so I had to do that right in the beginning because I didn't know anything. And until I could use Clever. And before that, sometimes I would go to her the next lesson and she said, yeah, but you were playing it wrong here and there. And that's a feedback you only get 1 week after. And because I have weekly lessons, but there are people that only have lessons once a month or twice a month. So can you imagine that you wait all that time to get a feedback on how you're playing? Learn and then you realize I've been playing wrong all along. And with Clever, it tells you immediately, hey, hold on a second, your rhythm is off. Or maybe let's just focus on your left hand right now or on your right hand. And this is what's happening. Let's take it easy. Let's do it slower. You're trying to run before you can walk. That's not how it works when you're playing an instrument, when you're playing piano.
that's and as a teacher, I can relate to that so much. It's so, Fritz, it's so frustrating because I will tell every single one of my students, like, the last thing I want is for you to be frustrated for a week. Like, that is that. I'm so pleased. So I give them my phone number. I say,
Yes.
call me. I will send you videos. I will do anything so that you will feel motivated, so that you will come prepared for the lesson. And the time I can count on one hand the number of times I've gotten a call and said, hey, can you help me out? But I can count numerous times when they haven't practiced and they haven't prepared, or they prepared incorrect. And so I think, this is where I think the genius of Clefer really is, Fritz. I think it's just such a beautiful companion, to help that work.